name's Nina. I'm an American living in London. This is my second year living here now and will be my third time going through the flat hunting process. Now, if you've never heard about what it's like to rent in London, well, let me give you a little sneak peek. It is frustrating, it is exhausting, it is stressful, it is not a glamorous process, and you probably will feel like you just picked up a part-time job or simply trying to find a place to live. So in this video, I have put together all the flat tours that I've done recently, and I will also make a separate video on what it's like to rent in London, like tips and advice, because at this point I have seen probably over 40 flats by now in the last 2 years. So I certainly have a lot of information to share, and hopefully will make your process a bit easier now that you know kind of what to expect. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing more about that process, please don't forget to subscribe, as I will be uploading that very shortly. So why are we looking to move? My boyfriend and I currently live together in a spacious one-bed flat in central London in Zone 1. We absolutely love it here. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It has served us very well within the past year. The only downside is it's not located in West London, which is an area that I've always wanted to live at. Our lease is coming to an end soon, and our landlord did ask to increase the rental price, which is not ideal, but it's expected. With the price increase, it is still within like the price point that we're willing to pay, but I am in the middle of negotiating with our landlord to keep our rental price the same, as we have been really excellent tenants the past year. We've never caused any issues, we've never missed any payments, and we have taken really great care of their space. So yeah, with that said, I still want to keep our options open, especially because I do want to try living in a different area, specifically in West London. But if we don't end up finding anything that we love, we are more than happy to stay where we're at for another year. So now let's talk about the criteria that we have for this new potential flat. Number one, it has to be a spacious one bed or a 2-bedroom flat. We currently live in a very spacious one bed right now, and we both work from home. So it's very important that we have a separation of space where I have kind of like my own office with an actual door, and then my boyfriend has his own space. We're in a lot of work meetings throughout the day, so sharing like an office space within like the living room together is not going to work, as we'll be constantly just talking over each other. Number two, our budget is £2,500 per month, or about 3,100 USD. Our current flat is £2,500 per month, and we would be willing to kind of increase the price a little bit for a flat that will completely checks out everything that we're looking for. However, I would like to stay as close to 2,500 as possible, because obviously you have to account for things like utilities and council tax. Number three, we are specifically just looking at West London within Zone 1 and Zone 2. I'll pop up a map over here of London. This area is the only area that we would consider moving, because like what I mentioned earlier, we absolutely love our flat, and the only thing that would really get us to move is if I am able to live out my dream of living in West London. Number four, the flat has to be either partly or fully furnished. So majority of the flats in London, especially in Zone 1 or Zone 2, will come either partly or fully furnished, because a lot of people don't have cars over here, so it'll be like really hard to move with all the big furnitures and everything like that. And my boyfriend and I also moved to London with just our suitcases, so we didn't have furniture, we didn't have decorations or anything with us. And not only does it have to be partly and fully furnished, we also have to be okay with the furniture that comes with the flat. So there has been way too many times that I go to a flat and I'm just like, oh my gosh, everything is so great about it. However, I absolutely hated the furniture that came with it. Like the couch was really old, or like really run down, or just looked broken, and it's just like not our style. Obviously, we don't expect the furniture to be like perfect and completely our taste, but they do have to look decent and look clean. And number five, we prefer a flat that is newly renovated. Especially on the west side of London, a lot of these buildings are older buildings, so it's very uncommon for you to come across like a high rise or like a completely brand new build. So yeah, having something that's newly renovated is very important to us, and something that's very clean as well. Number six, we're looking to sign a 12-month contract. Number seven, it has to be a flat that is within a well-connected area, so within a 5 to 10 minute walk to the tube station. And number eight, which is more of a nice to have, but we prefer a place that has a full-size fridge. Now, this might sound kind of bizarre to a lot of people, especially Americans, as you know, I'm just like, yeah, of course, every place can have a full-size fridge. No. A lot of flats here in London do come with like a mini fridge, because the lifestyle over here, like people will go grocery shopping a few times a week. They won't be doing like a big Costco haul on a Sunday and like stock up their pantry and stock up their fridge. So that's just not the lifestyle over here. So it's common for a lot of flats here to just come with a mini fridge. Now, this is not like a complete deal breaker, because the first flat that we had in London, it only come with a mini fridge, and we ended up just order a full-size fridge instead. But yeah, it would be nice to just have a full-size fridge that's ready to go. So yeah, that's basically all of our criteria. Now let's go ahead and look at flat number 1. This first flat is located on a beautiful, quiet street of Notting Hill. I'm also viewing this on a bright, sunny day, which just makes everything look 10 times better. But this is a 2-bedroom listed at £2,350 per month, which is actually a really good price for this area, considering that the place is still in pretty good condition. There were 2 guys living there, and they didn't have a ton of decorations or furniture, so it made the space feel even bigger as well. This is a street that the back of the flat overlooks. Both of the bedrooms were a decent size, and we would just turn the second bedroom into an office. The bathroom, though, unfortunately was a bit outdated. I don't know why they decided to put a mirror in that tub. I was definitely not a fan of this bathroom, but I love that there are windows on both ends of the flat, like the front and the back, because it really brought in a ton of natural light throughout the entire space. But when you step into the kitchen, it felt a little bit cramped, so it would be hard if my boyfriend and I were cooking together at the same time, which is what we do every single day. So overall, this was a pretty decent option for Notting Hill area at this price point, but we said no because the kitchen and the bathroom were a bit outdated for what we were looking for. The second flat is located on a high street of Notting Hill. It was quite loud, but the minute that you step into the building, it was nice and quiet. This is a 2-story flat, so I'm starting this video on the second floor of the main bedroom. This place is listed for $2,500 per month, and is actually listed as a 2-bedroom when it's really more like a 1-bedroom plus a den or an office. I also love the view from the bedroom. I think it's quite unique. It kind of gave me a cozy vibe, but maybe that's because I was viewing this flat on a rainy day. So this is the second bedroom, which again is definitely not a bedroom because you would have to walk through the main bedroom to get to this room. But I think they were able to classify this as a second bed because there's a closet in there. This is a really great space for an office though, and the tenants that were living there told me that they would climb out this window to eat lunch out on the roof area all the time. I can totally imagine how nice that would be on like a nice warm day. Now, heading into the bathroom down the hall, this bathroom was recently renovated because there was water damage, but it was a really good size, had enough storage under the sink. I'm pointing that out because I've seen way too many floating sinks with no storage anywhere around it, so I always give a little extra brownie points when I see storage. Heading downstairs, that is the main door to the unit. There's a little closet for extra storage, which is a huge plus, and that's your neighbor right there. Now, stepping into the dining room and the living room area, this entire space was quite spacious. However, the kitchen was quite outdated. It actually looks fine in this video, but in person, it felt quite old. So there's also no microwave, so we would have to buy an extra microwave, and I would also prefer an electric stove over a gas stove. Overall, this flat had a lot of potential, but for the same price point that we're paying with our current flat right now, we just felt like this would be a bit of a downgrade because of the kitchen. This third flat is located in White City, which is a modern new commercial development area right across from the Westfield Mall. This unit is in this red building right over here, and I actually couldn't make the tour, so the agent sent me a video tour of the place instead, but I did have a chance to go check out the surrounding area on a different day. It's listed for £2,700 per month, which was a little bit over our budget, but as you can see, everything is all brand new, shiny, and absolutely stunning. I love the furniture that they've picked out for this place, and I'm a little bit of a clean freak, so this gave me a peace of mind that all the furniture will be brand new. The agent did warn me that this unit does overlook the highway, which means that when you open the door or the window, it will be really loud. I don't mind the view of the highway, but the loud noise might be a bit of a problem, especially during the summer when you just want to crack open the window for some fresh air. Again, this flat is absolutely stunning. However, we said no to this one because it didn't really give us the West London feel that we were looking for. The closest gym and grocery stores are located inside of the Westfield Mall, and I just didn't want to be going into the mall every single day just for normal daily activities. We live in a new build right now, so it just didn't feel like it was worth the move, as the place and the unit itself would feel pretty much the same as the one that we're currently at. This fourth flat is in an area that I initially was not going to consider because it's a bit out of the way, but when I saw the photos of this listing, I knew I had to check it out. The exterior of this flat was quite run down, as you can see. The unit is on the first floor, so it's the first unit right when you enter the building. It's listed for $23.50 per month. They did a pretty fantastic job renovating this unit. I still smell the fresh paint when I stepped in. This bedroom was on the smaller side, which means that I couldn't fit a desk in there, so my boyfriend and I would have to be both working out in the living room, which is something that we wanted to avoid because we don't want to be talking over each other during our work meetings. The closet was on the smaller side as well, and right outside the bedroom there's a little storage space, which is great, but it wasn't designed to be an extra closet space, so we would need to buy an additional wardrobe. The kitchen is really nice, all new appliances, and super spacious. A lot of the times when I see a kitchen that's in a separate room like this with an actual door, it's typically quite small and will feel a bit cramped if there are multiple people cooking in there at the same time, but this one had plenty of space. Bathroom was also a good size. I love the furniture that they've selected for this flat, but ultimately we said no because I wasn't a huge fan of the area. There were no grocery stores or a gym nearby, and it just felt really far away from everything. This fifth one is actually right down the street from the last one that we just saw. I had this viewing about 10 minutes after the previous one. So when I was walking into this flat, I kind of already had an idea that I was not going to go with this due to the location. The lobby felt like a boutique hotel, which was nice. The building had 7 floors and this unit is on the ground floor. So right when you open the door, you are greeted with this lovely toilet. The bathroom was decent. It was nice, new and clean. The bedroom was quite big, definitely could fit a desk in there, and had lots and lots of storage and closet space. But the view from the bedroom was a little bit sad though. Overall, this flat had a pretty good layout. The kitchen was a good size. It would feel a little bit cramped if we were cooking in there at the same time, but again, we decided to not go with this one because of the location. This flat is on the lower ground floor. I initially did not want to consider any lower ground units at all due to the lack of natural light, and I've heard way too many horror stories about water leaks and mold when it comes to lower ground units, but I want to give this one a shot because it was in a good area and I've never viewed a lower ground unit before. This flat was nice, a big living room, but majority of the lower ground units will have these bars on the windows that you can't remove due to safety purposes, which means that we won't be able to open up these blinds without feeling like we're in jail or something. And having natural light is really important to me, especially with how gloomy and cloudy London is majority of the year. The rest of the flat looks great, nice kitchen, nice bathroom, and stepping into the bedroom, same situation with the bars on the windows. Ultimately, we said no to this one because we would literally get no natural light at all. This is the last flat. This flat was actually not even listed on the market yet. And spoiler alert, we did put an offer in this one despite seeing this place while it was still under construction. This was one of those places that we immediately just fell in love with and had the feeling that this was going to be the one. The landlord actually owns the unit right above this one. So the agent took us up to that unit to see what type of furniture and finishes the unit below would have, since the landlord was looking to have both units be pretty similar to each other. And this flat has exactly everything that we were looking for. It's located on a really nice street and truly gave me that West London feel that I have been searching for. Finding something that's newly renovated, a 2-bed, and at this price point is quite difficult to find in West London. But unfortunately, we got into a little bit of a bidding war because another person offered a 3-year lease when we could only offer a 1-year lease. We did try to negotiate by offering to pay a higher rent and also pay for 6 months of rent up front, but the landlord was looking to prioritize someone that was able to offer a long-term lease, so our offer was declined. We were so bummed about this one, so the search continues. So that basically wraps up part 1 of our London flat hunt round 3. I will be making a part 2 to this because I still have a few tours that are lined up, and if I include everything all in one video, it's going to be like an hour long. So I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you!